Hey everyone, Alec here. We've got a super cool video from one of our awesome volunteers, Penelope. So, this video is about learning a new language and the basics of it. And this specific language is called Mandarin. So, it's a really interesting language, and Penelope guides us through some of the basics. So, let's see if we can learn some new words in a new language.
Hey, Elevate Youth family. My name is Penelope Williams, and I'm going to teach you a little bit of Mandarin Chinese today. So, this lesson is intended for kids about 5 years or older, but it's open to anyone. So, I am not a native speaker of Chinese, and that means that I did not grow up speaking this language, but I've been learning it for many, many years now. And so, I'm going to teach you from the perspective of someone who learned later in life. The first thing that we're going to learn is a greeting. Over the course of this class, you will learn how to say hello, how to introduce yourself, and how to ask how someone is. So let's get started. To say hello in Chinese, first we need to think about the tones in Chinese. So Chinese is a tonal language. That means when I talk, you hear my voice go up and down. In Chinese, those tones actually have meaning. So the first tone, there are 4 tones. The first tone is ah, so straight across like you were singing. The second tone goes up a little bit, so ah, ah. The third tone goes down and then back up again, so ah, ah. And the fourth tone, the last tone, goes ah, down, ah. So to review, that's 4 tones. Ah, 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 ah. So those are the 4 tones you'll need to know for all of Mandarin Chinese. So to say hello, we're going to say literally, you good. So imagine saying to someone, you good? It's a little bit like that. So for you, you say ni, ni. That's N-I, ni. And to say you say, to say good, you say hao, H-A-O, hao. Together, when you put them together, it sounds like this. Ni hao, ni hao. When you put both of the words together, the first word becomes a second tone instead of a third tone. So instead of going ni hao, you go ni hao, ni hao. Can you try that? And then to introduce yourself, to say I is third tone as well. You'll say wo. It's W-O. But imagine saying, whoa. You'll go, wo. That's how you say I in Chinese, wo. And then to say am called, or my name is, you would say jiao. That's J-I-A-O. Jiao. And that's fourth tone. Say it like a knife slicing through the air. You go jiao. So wo jiao. Wo jiao. That basically means I am, and then after that you would say your name. So for me, it would be 我叫 Penelope Williams. 我叫 Penelope Williams. And then the last thing that we're going to learn is to say, how are you? So we already know how to say you. Can you remember it? 你, 你. So now we're going to ask how the person is. 怎么, which is Z-E-N-M-E. 怎么, 怎么. That's basically asking how. And then, lastly, you want to say yang, which is fourth tone, Y-A-N-G, yang, yang. And that means kind or shape. So you're saying you, 你, 怎么, how, yang, which is like shape or what form are you, which is basically asking, how are you? So we'll wrap up the lesson now by talking about what we've learned so far. We've learned how to say hello or you good, which is 你好, 你好. We've learned how to say I am, 我叫, 我叫. And we've learned how to say, how are you? 你怎么样? 你怎么样? Practice these once a day or so, and you should be a master in no time. Thanks, guys.